Good afternoon, welcome to Chaos Wargaming. I'm Dan. To join me, we're doing some Legion of Everblight painting today. Welcome. What if you haven't been here before? I do painting, wargaming, strategy, meta chats, all sorts of stuff. It's very fun. So today I'm just doing casual. Let's do a bit of coffee. Do a bit of painting of some Legion stuff I've got to paint for other people. So thanks for joining me, and yeah, we're doing an alt scheme. So it's Legion of Everblight from Warmachine Hordes. The alt scheme is blue skin, bone carapace and bones of parts and teeth, purple for the robes and clothes, that sort of thing, and then brass for the armour itself, so on the the infantry and on things like the Nephilim. So yeah, we're just gonna jump back in with some purple, as I've been waiting to find out what I was doing. I'll be switching between airbrushing and paintbrushes. Need to free my wire a bit, give myself a bit more stretch, so I destroy my stuff in the background apparently. Yeah, so just using what is essentially a bog standard. How do I describe it? It's an airbrush from Wish. So if you haven't seen the other day, I picked up a new airbrush from Wish. My kind of workhorse brush had died. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna pick up one. I'm gonna take a gamble. It's like $15 or something. It turns out it's been pretty good for just for what it is. Do not knock. Yeah, absolutely, it's good. So I'm just gonna start on some of the big sections of purple. We're using Vallejo Game Air Hexed Lichen. It's like a really, in fact, you can tell I sent this to the person. So this was Hexed Lichen is the bottom here. We had some these guys out of the way. So the Magenta and the Magenta Fluoro were from the Mecha range. Again, Vallejo, and then Alien Purple, Wall of Purple, Hex Lichen are all Vallejo Game Air, which is like the more vibrant, the more like showy of the Vallejo ranges, as opposed to Model Air, which is a bit more for like. I'd expect to see it more for like tanks and that sort of thing, where it's yeah, a bit more realistic rather than bright and crazy. If I slide my paper back, you see that paper there. This is obviously thinned. Let's go through the brush, but yeah, that's the purple. Get there. There we go. Look at that. It's a beautiful purple, like, gotta love it. I realise I've not got, I don't have my headphones on, so I'll take that off before I start covering myself in paint. We'll adjust the camera a little bit. If you're watching and you want me to do anything in particular, obviously I've got this lot of Legion to paint, but yeah, just let me know. I'm open to suggestions, to options. I want to get this lot done, the Legion stuff done, so I can move on and start doing some of my retribution, which I am super keen to do. Is that a metal plate? I think that's a metal plate at the top. Yeah, I want to do my retribution, but I've also got like a load of projects like on the sidelines waiting to be done. I've got some dark crystal busts from when Broken Toad did them, so they're super cool. I've got some creature caster things, again, just in case I bought I've got a bunch of game workshop things like Lord Change, which is just there to paint for my enjoyment. I did a lot of change I don't know, before COVID hit, which was for an event, or a local event basically. I had to just rush in to get them out. So I want to spend a bit more time and really enjoy doing it. So just go a little bit more. Bit of purple in the recesses. It's all zenithal, so like see a bit darker over the leaves, but I don't know. Such a nice purple. It's like a rich, like royal purple, I think. You can see, like, you know, royalty or Praetorian guards in this sort of colour, I think. So we're going to just do the main section. We'll come back, do some highlighting, do some clearing up. There's a lot to them. The black brush art is such a like beautifully sculpted. They're quite old now, but as a character unit, they absolutely scream character. Some of these I have to perhaps do a bit more. Take a liberty on. Where I've got colours next to colours next to colours. You don't want all of this to be purple. Obviously, I want some of it to be this central loincloth. And then we'll have some of the Pope. We have stuff like this section here is all going to be like brass. The little armoured section is brass, and then see some feathers come there. Probably be blue actually, which is what we're doing Golab in. Golab's going to be blue, like ombre feathers. That's the plan. Every time I use this new brush, it seems really loud to me. So I've put on a bunch of filters. So hopefully it's not too loud for you lot to listen to. Just here we go. A bit more to it. Yeah, I really love. This is probably one of my favourite like units in the game, just because they are so characterful. Off goes a hand. Nothing happened there. Thankfully, that's one of the easy fixes. Yeah, some of these models are so like tricksy to paint. They've got like real like tiny sort of detail parts. Come around here. And it's like a mantle. I'll turn around a little bit, so I'll turn it around and put a little light over a little. So I don't want the light to be shadowing me too much, but I want a bit more on there. On him? Yeah, him. So do that, and so I look around for my stuff. I feel like I need to organise a little bit more my elf space. So here we go. That's the first of the ones. Where have we gone? We're going to get the glue and fix that up now rather than later. So I don't want to end up losing where the hand is. This is the exciting world of me being clumsy. So search through now glues on my side and go which one of these actually works. So bear with me. apparently I can't find any glue, so it's great. Good start. But yeah, the idea is for this lot, I'm just going to put my book down so I can move some things around while I pick out where the glue goes on. Yeah, the idea is just to mix and match basically the scheme here as requested. Which I bought loads of new glue recently. Put in one of many drawers. Yeah, it's a bit of an off scheme, but it's quite close to what I was doing on my own Legion models. So I'm definitely a fan. I don't know about you guys. How do people feel about like all the standard like schemes? I kind of feel like some a little bit lackluster. Like some are alright, some are really good. But I like Chris Regards. I think I really like. But yeah, a bunch of the generic schemes, the studio schemes. I think are a little bit lacking. But it is what it is, right? Where did I put all my glue? If I accidentally clear away all of my glue into the box, and probably yes. That's ink. Don't want ink. Glue. There we go. Yeah, I think some of the schemes are really good and absolutely work. Some of the schemes for me, I think, are a little bit lackluster. I really don't like the ret scheme. So when you see me start doing ret shortly, as these guys have done, you'll see me doing a lot more like Eldari or Infinity sort of style. We'll do different like sections and much brighter colours, much more vibrant. Which I guess, does it work? I don't know. It works for me. Like I absolutely see them as like sort of anime elves rather than necessarily freedom fighters. This is the most fun as I picked up paint that's clogged. There we go. There we go. Victory, finally. That only took like 5 minutes. Longer than it should have. Yeah. Easy peasy. So yeah, so my ret. My first time I did Retribution. God, my glasses are falling off my head a lot. First time I did Retribution, I did them in like gold and purple. I was like, I'm definitely not going to do them in purple again. Do them in purple. I found a really nice, some nice examples. Let's just get this guy lined up. There we go. Yeah, so I'm doing like purple and bone, and then I think I'll do like blue for the weapon, the glows, and the gemstones. Bit of a combo. There we go. So just gonna hold this for a second. So yeah, so hopefully once this is this lot's done, it's not a huge amount of Legion stuff to do. Morning, Brindis. How did your event go? How did you end up, or rather, not how did you end up, but how enjoyable was it? That's the most important bit, right? Let's put this on one key. So bad at this morning. Turn that slightly. Let's see from where I've done the zenithal. Playing the 15. Oh, That is endurance gaming. So you played an entire steamroller, not content with just that. you then went for another 15 hours. Like, yeah, I'd be in bed by then. I'd be like, I'm tapping out. I've done a few. Well, if I say a few, there's been loads of events like around me locally, which is great to have events back. But yeah, they've taken their toll. Like Sherwood, which is like the closest one, which is essentially run by one of my club mates, Simon. By the fourth round, I was knocking models over on the floor. Well, not the floor. They're knocking on the floor. No, the thing quite knocking on the floor. But I was certainly making a clusterfuck of it. Yeah, so it was entertaining how badly I was playing and like how if you've never played before, it would be an awful introduction. I was so sloppy. I was just like knocking my stuff over. I talk about my plan and then completely miss it. It was awful. It's awful. Yeah, mate, I am. 80s rock hair is out tonight. Today. I have. It's normally just all underneath the headphones, right? But I don't need to talk to other people today, so. Well, there you go. $300. But like the intangibles, that's the point, right? That you got $300 for having fun. So if it was a job and you'd done a 15-hour job and only earned $300, maybe not as good. But if you're doing something you enjoy, absolutely worth it. Like, how did your hi Piotr, by the way? How did your game end? Because I was watching it, having a proper lazy morning, so I had Twitch on the laptop. The cat was like sleeping on me, and then I realised that my charger was down here in the office. So when it ran out. And I was like, oh, I don't really want to move. So I didn't. I stayed and chilled. Took advantage of not having kids today, or for part of today. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy a lie-in, enjoy just doing some painting. Caught up on some stuff I can't watch when the kids are around, like Mr. Robot. Still watching Mr. Robot. Console myself after what I watched last night, which is Ben Thomas. So one of the guys that's now doing the what should be normally the Friday show. We had some issues this week. Yeah, so I did. I asked suggest me something to watch last night. He's like, oh, have you seen Greenland which is on Amazon Prime? I was like, I have not. He's like, oh, so it has to be. It's really cool, like just easy watching. It's not easy watching. He's a great big liar. There's this family of three, and there's kidnapping and brutality, and like the family gets torn apart while the end of the world is happening. Yeah, wasn't easy watching. It was cool though. So thanks ish for the recommendation, Ben, if you watch this, Ben. And you got oh yeah, Blackrush on, yeah, absolutely. I think I'll just say this is probably like one of my favourite units, like aesthetically in the game. I think they just look super cool. Like even now when did Blackrush Shard come out, right? It probably Mark 1, right? I don't know. was it in Mark 1? They're definitely a bit of an older sculpt, but they're still like look fantastic. Like they absolutely look kick ass. That's more cloth. I'm still beavering away with my new Wish airbrush. Haters be hating. No one's hating really, but despite what it could have been like. As gambles go, I don't gamble, but as gambles go, $15 or whatever it is was on an airbrush to replace my workhorse that definitely died. You know, isn't bad. But yeah, they got such characters to them. I do really like this one. This trio, as you said, yeah. Some more black and purple on second coat. And the reason why I love the airbrush. First coat's dried already, just want to chat to you guys. Second coat's on. Really nice and vibrant, really good royal purple. What I was going to go for the cloth and stuff on these guys. Obviously, it's for someone else, so it was depending on what they were going to tell me. But yeah, when you're doing painting for other people, you've got to kind of try and steer them sometimes too. So, you know, someone goes, oh yeah, I want, you know, green and teal. It's like kind of like, you know, just blur together in a mess. But you got to try and say, would you think about this instead? But yeah, this I think this purple will go fine, and then we'll do. I reckon that's right. Obviously, blue skins, brass armor, and then a bit of the extra details will just be you know, what feels right, basically. I'm just gonna. Have I not mixed this one? That's it. No, it's going fine. So, what are you saying? So, you played to the last seconds. Oh, 1 CP on clock. So, it was, I'm trying to think, so long ago. Bad as that. So, I was watching, it was a birthday. I was there up until you had the conversation about the Nerf, the Seraph being a Nerf. No, the Nerf being a Seraph. And I was like, yeah, Piotr's totally right. Because the Nerf sculpt at the multi-kit has the curly tail because it's got coiling tail as one of its attacks. And that's the thing that lets it do sustained attacks. So I was like, oh yeah, he's definitely got the right one. But I also was like, yeah, people get it mixed up all the time. Understandably so half the time. It's going to be a little bit of... That's okay. I do love this purple. This is, if you missed it, this is Hexed Lichen, the purple I'm using. It's from the Vallejo Model Air Game Air, not Model Air, Game Air. Just the brighter, like the airbrush ranges. Although Mecha kind of then came out afterwards and is much more. Well, Mecha's made for, you know, painting like your Gundams and stuff like that. Did I say that right? I'm not a follower, but I do like the aesthetic of giant robots. But like, who doesn't, right? We're playing Warmongers, so I guess the Horde play a bit. I like it so much. Section. Like so much of this guy is just armor, skin. It's not skin up front. Yeah, so it's good to see that there's like a lot more. You can see how many people that are streaming like games at the moment. Games, so works out pretty well for me. And I've been saying about how I'll get some games going, but half of it is getting people over, right? So I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I've got the time, but now I've got all the setup and the time. It's now half term. My little girl's finished in nursery a week early for half term, so even though my boy's still at school, my girl's going to be home with me. So got 3 weeks of her at home, which is fine. But definitely limits how much I can be able to get done in the daytime, painting and certainly gaming wise. But I have the a new kind of childcare sort of schedule with the kids, which is going to be really cool. So I should be able to be gaming every other Monday and every Friday, maybe, or most Fridays, which should be real cool. So yeah, even if we got like the local club is like 10 minutes from me. It's a Monday. I've got babysitting every other Monday for that, and then on a Friday, a bunch of our club also go into a different venue, which is Sanctuary Gaming, which is an actual gaming like store and works. So I get to go to there maybe every Friday, maybe. We'll see. We'll see how it pans out. If that's the case, what I'll do is like try and talk to Ben and Evan who do the show. We've got a bunch of people lined up to come on to talk to us about various things at the moment. So I want to get a handle on that. And then we've got Matt Mahorters said he'll come on. We'll talk to him about Adepticon. Got Eric Twinson has also said he'd come and join us. So that'd be super cool when that happens. Which would be talking about I guess Adepticon and the P3 painting competition and the infernal models that he's painted, and just like generally like the line and whatever we can get out of him about infernals. That would be really cool. Obviously there's a lot more of the other ranges as well, so you can be painting like a lot of Riot Quest. I don't know, I'm just like off screen. Riot Quest, Monsternomicon. He's the painting guru behind a lot of stuff. Even though we've got like Angel or Annette and Hell, right? Geraldez has painted a bunch more launching stuff. It's cool to see others too, right? And I think Eric's probably, he's got to be like one of the top painters in the country. Like how cool the stuff he's putting out is. Oh no, a lot of stuff on the back. So yeah, so I'm looking forward to that. So we've got those guys like lined up, and we get back on schedule to do that. And yeah, so like with more gaming, like physical gaming, like potentially stream as well from the locations. Like it's maybe we do like a recording on a Thursday, recording stream on a Thursday, send it out on Friday instead. Oh, Brindis, yeah, absolutely. That'd be awesome for you, buddy. That'd be really cool. I think everyone's different, right? With like what levels of socialising they use. You know, and over here, I know like the amount of spoons you've got is like a common way of describing it. So you've got so many spoons, when you run out of them, I say you can't interact with people. The big blob. Luckily, it's airbrush. Fix it in seconds. But yeah, like definitely push yourself. It's really cool. Like get back on that wagon of getting your social time. It's like a therapy session. I've just finished talking about this sort of thing, right? I've just finished a course, so I am actually now a qualified mental health first aider. So yeah, if any of you are buddies or want to chat, my door is open. Like it was before anyway, but yeah, I'm very fortunate, I think, that get this darker blue, darker blue on the table. This is all so dark underneath because of the zenithal, by the way. So you'll see on the back, it's a lot more. Yeah, I think looking after each other as gamers is massive. I know I'm super lucky that I've never like had any personal mental health problems, but I've been a carer for someone that had very serious mental health problems, and I've been just a mate to a bunch of people that have, and yeah, look after each other. It's important. This purple is coming out so nice. This is basically just me like practicing for my ret. It's like this is the purple I'm using as well for my ret as it happens. But you can see even with essentially a bog standard brush that like costs not a lot at all. Like there's a lot of control you can have. Try to get underneath your arm there. This is all like material with the mantle here. My hair really is like flowing, free and easy today. It is it kind of poops right when goes outwards. When I like condition my hair, it just likes to join the 80s for a while. It's like is this material? Yes, okay, right, that's material. I do want to go for the same colour. This bit. We'll come back to that in a second. I'm not sure if I want to do this. Oh, the same material. So, should Rias's face mask, basically a ninja cowl, right, be the same purple, or do you want to do something different? I'm not sure. So I'm still not sure. I'm just going to ignore it. Just going to ignore it for now. So fine. That. I think this is like her skin, and then like a body wrap out in front of her. Like a body wrap, is that a thing? Like a boob tube. That might be like mean nothing to like British people. You lot have boob tubes? Basically just like almost like a strappy sort of like a gym bra, I guess. Sports bra. I think that's the word for it. yeah, if you haven't guessed, we're painting Legion of Everblight. We're doing purples. We're doing a lot of purples. Purples. Theme is, as you can see, blue skin both on this and on the beasts. Purple, like clothing, and then brass. Brass armor and like a bone colour for like the horns and the carapace sort of things. How much of you are miserable? Is clothing as opposed to armor. Won't lie. 15 bucks. 15 bucks. Well spent, my friends. But we got it. This bit is a killer, right? This is full on. If you could have avoided that and just put it together afterwards, that would have been maybe the ideal. But it's not always like that. That's fine. Yeah, I think this is going to work out pretty well. The combo colours. Let me have a look at her. Like a lot of what's left, I think, is armour and like leathers. Obviously, you can have like purple leathers. I'm not sure there's much point in it. I'm not sure it's what I'd go for. Who's next? Just going to keep on going through these a lot. Just going to try and bust out as much of these purples as I can, and then we'll swap and do something different. If you notice, as I'm painting, there are some models who have, hello Bethany, some bits missing, but it's how they came, and the owner knows, and it's just like, oh yeah, we'll pick up down the line. Not a lot of cloth on Kralix. Do what we can. Show my camera a little bit. Flexible enough I can. Maybe a bit further up. It's a bit more central where I'm painting it. That's a bit better. Say that. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's fine. Showing a purple quiver because I want to just add a bit more variety to the colour. Do I do purple then? I think that's fine. Kratos is such a cool model. Like he overshadows in the stuff I paint. He overshadows the actual casters and amongst this bunch by such a big margin, just because he's so cool and so imposing looking. There you go. Talk about imposing model. Blighted Archon. There we go. Nice and easy. Get some. The longest of grapes. One of the guys watching last week while I was starting these models was asking about how easy or how difficult airbrushes are to like clean and maintain and stuff, and it was putting him off. So if you have that question, go and have a look at my YouTube. So I mean, I cut down the section right at the end of the last stream, where I basically just showed like how easy it is to do all the basics, and it is easy, right? As long as you spend your time with your brush to just go super dry, then yeah, it's really not a big deal to be able to put the timer in and go, oh yeah, I spent maybe 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, maybe the first few times where you're really taking your time and making sure you're doing it right. But yeah, it is a real quick and easy job to get all your basics done with your painting and your cleaning afterwards, your maintenance. As long as you're doing that at the time, that's the main trick to it, is don't leave it behind and go like, oh yeah, I'll do that later. Pick it up straight away, get it cleaned. You will be much better for it. Obviously, again, darker at the front here. This is where at the bottom, where because it's been primed and done zenithal priming, it's naturally going to be darker towards the bottom of the model. If you missed any of that, there's another one, because obviously Blight Archons come in pairs. They don't always, but yeah, they're super good. I've had this conversation with a bunch of people when I first released where the world would end. Some of the things you'd hear, but oh my god, you know, it's going to be they're indestructible. I'll give you a clue. They're not indestructible. It's fine. But yeah, you proper, like, if you'd listened to the community at the time, having the abilities they have, like, makes them really strong. Absolutely makes them really strong. I'm not denying that, but they're not the indestructible powerhouses that make Legion like the best faction in the game. Don't read into that. I'm saying Legion are the best faction in the game. They are really good though. They are very, very good at the moment. I think one of the reasons why they're so good at the moment is because of the flexibility of their lists, and they can bring an armor buff with every caster, and they can just bring an Archon. bring an airbrush and apply bring out the hits for the prepping infantry. If they really wanted to. Hello, buddy. You're working. It's Sunday. It is Sunday, right? Someone tell me it's Sunday. That's right. Well done for stepping in. Della's here is one of the Welsh guys, and the captain of our WC team, who was running an event in Firestorm this weekend, tested on Friday, had COVID, so obviously couldn't go and run the tournament. So this fine gent stepped in like a pro. Did you just play like the buy? Did you like play to make up the numbers as well? I'm not sure. I went like that, but that's the sort of thing that's good, right? What I imagine actually happened was Matt probably just sat at home, maybe felt a little bit sorry for himself, then ordered a takeaway, put on Elden Ring, and then we will never see him again. That was it. I hope he's alright. He's had it before already, so hopefully he'll bounce back pretty quickly. There we go. That's the next bit. We got any purple on a Nerf? A Nerf? No, it's a Nerf. There's no purple on Nerf. Is there any purple on Balfagor? In the Balfagor hold, Bethany hold. I'm not sure there really is. But are we ready? We're still penny pink going. So Zuriel does do have a loincloth. He does have a loincloth thing. I was saying normally he's got a loincloth. This is like precision Zuriel using non-precision brush. Again, it's easy enough, right? It's a bit hard here, not just because of the angles, but because it's again. It's like at the bottom of the mini, so none of this stuff is going to be particularly like primed in a light colour. Let's do. I can hear my cat in the background. She's like, let me in! Let me in! I want to jump on your desk and say hello to people. I'm like, if I'm not airbrushing, don't mind so much, but if I'm airbrushing, just like disaster, right? Way too happen. I'll do some of these like cloth wraps and stuff. Yeah. Just nice and lightly. Is that armour? Yeah, that should be armour. These are my glasses. I need new glasses. Take pity on me. Send me some some good vibes. I need to get glasses, and I've got two or 3 weeks with kids in tow. I'm like, oh, am I gonna have to go and get my eyes tested with the kids? That'll be tasty. That'll be really interesting to do. So yeah, we'll see. Get these purple stones. Obviously purple. The feathers I think will come to the end. So like I said, I'm doing Go Labs feathers in like an ombre of different blues, and then the Nis feathers I think will depend on how the rest of the model looks. If I need like, I'll choose then what I need to balance the colours basically. So it could be that it's fine. there's too much blue already or too much purple and blue, then obviously I get to make that choice a little bit down the road. Which makes my life a little easier. Like the inside, like the lining will be purple. So yeah, I think we'll see how the cloak ends up. It might be that it ends up. Blue, could be black, could be white. You have to watch my stream to watch to find out, because I don't know yet. This is all wraps. I thought wraps is fine. These bottom wraps, very much a bit of everything. So I think I don't want to overpower her with one colour. So that we've got 3 checks. Yeah, 3 checks. So the same again. The line of the cloak. Do these bits on very much like a teeny sort of these eye cells. They're like whatever. You're out to fight because it's spring break for minus 20, whatever. Just a bit of cold. Should ask everyone how is the sound when my compressor's on and the brush is going? Can you hear me alright? Just because I'm tweaking, seeing the new airbrush is. Like the only real downside at the moment I'm finding is it's louder. It's definitely louder than the other brushes, but that's what filters are for. So I've got various noise gate, noise suppressor, and filters on there to try and make it a little bit easier for me. Hopefully it's not impacting too much what you guys hear. That's the important thing. If it is, then please let me know. 2 shepherds done. Shepherd number 3. Who's left? Have the virtue hosts got any cloth on? No, they've all got cloth. Okay, cool. So this stuff is all just tabletop quality, doing it. So not spreading forever to do different sections. That's one thing I need to do. I need to get like an X. An X marks a spot on my my painting my mat here, so I can keep. I say that my camera is so movable, it's really bad. Like I'll probably put an X marks a spot and then move my camera into a different spot every time. The zenithal highlight itself, basically. Cheers. All right. 3 shepherds. Like some sort of Legion of Everblight biblical party. The only one at the moment who's sat around with nothing on is GoLab. So I was waiting to work out what I was going to do, or to talk with the guy getting it. And now we know. So get a blues back out at some point, and I think what I'll try and do is actually get a bunch of the zenithal done with this airbrush. Not the zenithal, like the blending with this airbrush. That'd be really cool to see just how far I can push it. One of the brushes is Sotar that I use. So Badger Sotar 2020, which is real fine. It's like got like a 0.2 needle on it or something. I think this is more like a 0.5. The advantage being obviously it's a lot thicker, so it's harder. It's a lot bigger. It's a lot harder for paint to get stuck. Not as easy to clog, rather than harvest. And then it's like getting those extra detail work done might be the paving with Sotar. But the more something gets done with a big brush, the better, because it's just nice and easy and quick. These bottom sections will be much darker. Apparently I put a lot in. Looking fine as it is. I will do. Oh, hello. So I mean about how easily adjusted my camera is. Straight in here. As we talked about, all these lower areas of the cloth, you can see there's like a lot less of the grey and the white, like the pre-painting, the under-painting. The purple's all coming out a bunch darker in those sections as you expect, especially here where it's completely underneath. Wondering how much you can see on the page. As people will learn from watching like anything online about painting, doing thin coats is better, and then adding to it rather than slapping it on and then realising you've done too much afterwards. Here, we can get into the balls at the bottom. It's going to be naturally darker. Let's get that through. do champs. Legion's most hated models, just because it's swords, I think. Just the swords. I would say Legion have done pretty good out of what they've had, like in the grand scheme of things. So if you're unhappy with your champs, buy the mini crate version, or just do some alterations, right? Get the editing done where you can. So that's fine. So just run off down the middle. I'm not going to worry too much. There's stuff to go over at the end. Yeah, I need to do that. Get some purple shoes. Why not? Knock his socks off. Why not? Might be low down. My slowly sinking into my stool. Oh, I need to get a new stool. Or rather, I need to get a good chair. If any of you got work from home a lot, or if you just like painting, or do a lot of your tables and your desks, like I got into the trap of trying to work out whether I wanted like a gaming chair or an ergo chair, like an ergonomically designed chair. Just 8 hours upon hours of my life, and I came out not actually knowing which one to do still. So yeah, if anyone knows, I think most of my friends that use them have gaming chairs. But I'm like, what if they're just missing out? What if they don't realise that the ergo chair is actually the better way to go? But you can't spend like 300 quid on a chair and then go, I've chosen the wrong one. It's not viable. Not unless I won the lottery last night and I don't know. If it is, then yeah, sure, I'll get 2 chairs. Maybe I should start send donations for chairs. I'm getting on, you know. Can't be gotta be looking after my back. I got awful posture anyway, so I think the damage is probably done. So this is going to be quite straightforward. There's not a lot of cloth to them. It's basically just these. What is that? It's like an ass plate. Obviously, as you do, right? I think we'll do an entire line of virtue posts, and then we'll go back and blast through it so it's quick and easy, and then do a second pass. And that's the plan. 1, 2. Yeah. So these go in pretty well. I think the purple is different in that. The one we've got a bit more. Is this a hero? It's like the unit a little bit different. A bit more. Yeah, once these the purples are done here. We'll start probably the carapace. I think the armor is going to be like the last layer to do, just because it overlaps a lot of things. The armor might be primarily done with a paintbrush rather than airbrush as well. We'll see how it works out. bugger, this one, where it's you have to accept the abuse that they just wrote. Fix it down the line. Yeah. What is everyone painting that is lurking around and watching? Are you all painting Warmachine stuff, or are you painting D&D? You paint Games Workshop models? Watching some Harlequins being painted earlier, and the models there are so cool, especially compared to the Harlequins I had when I was like growing up and playing them. I was like, man, it's different now. Such a difference. But got a lot of extra stuff. Start repainting at some point as well, which is really cool. Obviously, where people are asking me to paint stuff, I probably do that first. I just have this thing where I like the hobby to be self-sufficient. So I'm a single dad, and it's nice to be able to go, well, I'm not, and none of the money I'm spending on buying new models is out of the pocket, out of our household pocket. You know, so I might sell an army, and they're like, oh sweet, I can afford to do these events, or I can afford to buy some more toys, which I think is a really good way to do it. If you're on a budget, I know like a lot of people will not intentionally, but like will tell you, oh, don't bother doing this, don't bother doing that if you've got a budget, or oh, you got to just play what you've got, right? And it's like, well, yeah, but it's fine because they're probably in a situation where they can tell you that and they can play what they want. If you said that's fine, but life is different for everyone, right? So you go, well, that's fine, I'll play what I want. I'll play what I can afford, but you've got to also play what I can afford. So if you're like, but be gentle with people. Everyone's different. My budget is limited because I try to budget based on like being the provider and looking after our kids. So I don't like to spend like big chunks of money on new things, which again is my choice, right? I get that, but yeah. Consider it when someone goes, oh, can I play this proxy or play this? Sometimes it's because they can't actually afford it. And today is, whew. Well, I don't know what country you're in, but a lot of the expenses over here in the UK just gone up like phenomenally. I think like most energy bills are now expected to be like 2 or 3 times what they were. Which is the price of energy companies being private, and yeah, let's not go into how much I hate how some things should work and how some things do work. Here I am, airbrushing going. Electricity's got expensive. Maybe I should go back to a paintbrush. As I got two cameras and like multiple lights and an airbrusher and a compressor. And obviously the PC is on. These are my choices, right? This is good time to move. So it is what it is. It is what it is. So yeah, some nice purples. Some nice purples for the virtue hosts. So let's go back to the start. Pick up the first one, just do it again. Just give it a second. Set the coat. except that there's going to be curve frames to be fixed. When we do the armour and the back and like highlight the skin and stuff like that. So, no big deal there. No big deal. My hair is big today, isn't it? Just get some 80s rock on in the background. Make it feel like we've travelled back in time. Every time my hair even looks a conditioner, just like expands. Which isn't bad. I've had long hair for so long now. Can't imagine what I look like with short hair, no beard anymore. It's like all these people now that are sporting beards for the first time, trying to grow a bit of stubble here and there. And I'm like, yeah, I grew mine in like, I don't know, 10 years ago. Because it was cold. Because I lived in the Alps and it was fucking cold. Oh, look at my gloves. Virtue host. That's sort of like halfway through these are. And then that's all the purples. We're gonna start covering some colours. I think like I said we'll start on the bone, so it can be like a brown base, and then basically bring it up with some creams rather than whites. So it's a bit more natural looking. And then we can carry on through the other models. See what we got. What are we doing? It's like 3 o'clock. Oh, we got plenty of time. Say, in theory. Definitely got a bunch of time left. I think I've got like at least a good hour before I even need to think about clocking up these guys. One last virtue host. We'll see how this scheme is starting to come together. So we're seeing like different colours. Obviously, the blue and the purple is going to start to get really like change when we start putting the next colours down. So, Right, that's the host. So that's the host. That's the virtuous things I've got in my desk area right now. I'm like, what's that? At some point, I'll need that for this. Not entirely sure what's up. I've heated up my coffee so many times. I'm giving up on it. Like full on of. Heated the same mug of coffee up in the microwave like 3 times. It's not meant to happen. Not meant to happen, apparently. Right, we're doing. We're just spending a minute to clean stuff off. And we'll this is the thing to do between every paint really is just spend a minute. Just do it right. Look after your brush. A little bit loosey-goosey. Be careful while I put stuff back together. There we go. Right, all cleaned, all through. Right, so we got the main blues, the main purple's done. We're gonna whack out some bones. Some dry bones. We're gonna start with desert yellow. Give me 2. Desert yellow looks like a good start point. So we're gonna do vallejo desert yellow. A bit more like a brown than a yellow. I'm just gonna check in case yeah, I think that's where we start. If you hadn't guessed, I love the vallejos. So we're going to start with this as the base for the bones, and we'll basically bring it up with some dry brush and some highlighting stuff. We're going to start on, I guess, the beasts first. Who've got like the biggest section left. So I'm going to put the virtues back away for now, back in the tray next to me. Make my life easier, so I don't end up knocking them all over. And then yeah, we're gonna pick up Balfagor and Zuriel, who were the most. In fact, how much of Balfagor and Zuriel actually got? Oh, maybe not that much, because there's a lot of bits of armor. We'll find out in a minute. Let's have a quick look and go. Also, we've got the Seraph with its backwards and wings. Yeah, maybe do this. We'll do. We'll just work my way through. See how we go. So yeah, if you're joining us and you haven't seen these models before, this is. Is that the thing I want? Yeah, it is. This is Warmachine Hordes by Privateer Press, and this is Legion of Everblight, and the range. And a combination of basically mutated aelves, or the Nis, who've been exposed to dragon blight, so basically dragon blood or just the essence of dragons, and have slowly mutated, both like psychologically and physically. So the elves have got like nodules and spiky growths and horns where once they were basically typical elves that you'd expect to see them, I guess. But the dragonspawn itself is varied and wonderful in how they are. And we're going to start to pick up these areas that might got a bit of brown. We'll see how we do as we go. These the flying beasts. These are the seraphs, the neraphs. Remind me of the things from Pitch Black, except for they came out way before Pitch Black. way before Pitch Black. So just doing this this base coat of like browny yellow. So this was desert yellow. And all this underside. It's going to be safe. Right through the legs, not tall and awkward. Not tall and awkward, especially to painted. Luckily, it just goes into there and that stops. And luckily, it's only in that awkward spot you'll make it stop. And we're going to do, as we go, basically pick out all the claws and teeth as I go, basically, the heels. See, these guys have no shortage of spiked extremities and like weapons to use, which is cool. Hopefully you'll get a decent enough look at this as we go. I'm actually focusing not on the base but on the walls there. Second pass. This might not be the best move for you, but this is the only way I'm getting this bit painted. But luckily it is swiftly done, and then on to the next part. And now we're doing all these wing spikes. You know, I really like imagine that whatever part of this thing like flies past you and clips you, it's gonna tear a hole. So these are apex predators. A little bit of overspray where, again, it's stuff where I'm going to go back to anyway, so I'm not going to beat myself up or worry about it too much. That is one side. We're on to the other side. So yeah, this is like a decent sized little force for Legion I'm doing. So it's like a bunch of units. So the Richie hosts, the little guys who just saw, the ladies right there. It's very, very female dominated faction. Although saying that, a lot of Warmachine and Hordes is full of very very matriarchal like armies. Like Retribution Sire, which is the more sci-fi elves from the Warmachine range. There's a lot of females in charge there. Signar, which is like the human. In fact, yeah, every army has just got a huge host of really powerful main characters, which has gone all the way back. Like, which is funny when you see people complaining about Warmachine used to have this thing called Page 5 or Rule 5, which was play like you got a pair, and it was, I think, used as a bit of an excuse for some like macho behaviours. Yeah, if you look how the game is actually representative, it's like, oh yeah, they really do put a lot of effort into making sure that like none of these female characters are like meek. Saying most of them aren't meek and mild and weak characters. Syria. I'm playing Retribution Sire, who are basically the futuristic elves. They're high level technology than the rest of Warmachine, generally speaking. They're basically like at war, hating on humanity. Every time a human uses a spell, the price is it slowly killing the elven gods. To the point where the elven gods were dead or dying. Syra being one of the last. Syria is my pet peeve. Amongst a cast of killer elves, she's basically a pacifist. She doesn't have any weapons, can't actually attack anyone. I was like, no. And then in comparison, there's a bunch of warlocks who are the leaders of the army, the casters, warcasters, I should say, who are super powerful, like personally, and bit output they deliver. I was like, I can't play Syria to take it seriously, even though one of her spells is absolutely baller. Blinding light shuts down guns, magic attacks. But I'm just like, but no, it's just not enough to too boring. Too boring, not for me. I like casters that have got the potential to get evolved. So yeah, I'm playing like Kalissa and Falcia. Falcia being an absolute monstrosity. Like she's pegged like this tactical genius and killing machine, which she kind of is. So which is cool. Try and get a subtle row of armor spines here. Same there, the side. This certainly will be come back and add to or yeah, that's the basics. We missed these entirely. So obviously that's going to get worked on. So we'll bring out this yellow, or basically bring it into more of a natural bone colour. Yeah, there's not a lot of carapace on the lot that I've got to do. Mainly because you expect it from like Scythians and Carnivians and Ravagors, all like the big chunky carapace beasts. Whereas I've got obviously this flyer here, and then a lot of the other ones are the more armoured, like the Nephilim. So it's real to do, who's less chunky armor plates, more actual armor. Yeah, less carapace, more crafted armour, I should say. But yeah, this is doing alright then. Slowly on this top face, I don't want it to overspray too much. Starting to come together a bit more. A little bit more. Quite honestly, like this back. Pick out a little bit more detail with an actual brush down the line if we need to. Oh, where's he gonna go? Not much room in the box for him. The mighty seraph and its ginormous wingspan just like get everywhere. Most of these, like the Nis, the elven models, aren't going to really need much of the bone stuff done on them. Whereas they'll be like little nodules, little tiny pieces. So I'm just going to move them out of the way. I think this is probably the same, although what colour do I do the elk? Maybe the elk's a little bit of a glob there of misconsistency. Just put down some of this on the skin tone for the elk. I might come back and revisit it. I want it to look different enough. So it's not just like a blue reindeer. So I think it's going to be like just more traditional. But we'll come back. We'll come back to a bit of an insert in a while. So this lot's getting there. We're getting some progress on it. Let's do some with Balthagor. Balthagor's looking pretty bare at the moment, just because, as you see, he's got blue skin and then a lot of armour through into carapace. So this bottom section here is carapace, and all this top section is just armour, crafted armour. So let's have a little mix. In the corners we got a bit thin. I don't want to so yeah, we're gonna get some work done on Balthagor. Nice and thin as we go. Don't want to like cover things in the wrong colours. Do the claws as we go past. Pass on the claws as we go past. Pass on to the carapace underneath. On the underside, yeah, it's all like the exposed carapace. Again, such an itchy arm. You lot need to know. So yeah, so we're getting on there. We're getting some progress. So that's like the main section of blues. The main section of purple's done as well, and then as we can see, we're doing this main bone area, which we'll work on until we've got to get it right. These back spikes, which are all the natural spines that come through, and his face. The lore for these guys is like so colourful, so cool. Like elves are basically corrupted into servitude. Powerful dragon entity, where dragons are on par with gods, I think, in the level of things, which is pretty cool. Like obviously dragons are very powerful in most settings. Yeah, they're full on set up with nigh and indestructible, like godlike power in Young Kingdoms. When something eventually kills a dragon, you have to find the shards of its athak, which is essence, physical form, and it can grow anew. It's actually a bit like a lich, right? So dragons are incredibly hard to kill, and then incredibly hard to make sure they stay dead. So we're getting there with this section. It's a lot of like armour interspersed with canvas. Gotta like work it together. Bethany and Belfcore were like one of my favourite casters back in Mark II, like for sure. Like, and it was super sad when 3 came around, and she changed like so drastically. She went from being like this crazy, cool like magic focused caster into a bit of a mess, like all comers. So it was really nice to see when that got changed back. Basically got her old feet back, so she wants to take all the magic users in the faction and dial them up to a crazy level. So we bought headhunters and black shards, and we bought thrones of Everblight. Just like these grotesque towers of Cthulhu, sort of flesh and tentacles, with a witch on top, and this witch. Or sorceress, I should say, right? Sorceress. You 100% get the idea. They are badass. Yeah, they're such cool models, though. I think it was Legion I was playing in my first WTC. So, and one of my first ever faction, so definitely has a special place. I'm going to leave Belfcore as that one. We'll wait for him to dry. How much time have I got? Oh, I don't really know. We should check it. I should check my messages. In case, yeah, all good. We're all good. Good to go. Carry on painting. Carry on painting. Yeah, so the plan right now is just to carry on through this lot, just to get chunks done. If you're doing similar things, right? If you're maybe do the this under wing. So we get a bit of a blast as well, just to make it easier when I come to start doing it pink. Yeah, if you're trying to paint an army, yeah, be kind to yourself. Make it easier by doing it in steps and stages, right? If you've got 100 whatever things are to paint, but their armor's all the same, just do all their armor in one go. Like, don't add to your work by doing one thing and then going back and picking it out and doing another thing. Yeah, just blast it out as it comes. These nails. This is not someone walking into your nail bar. I mean, yeah. Maybe it is, right? Big batch, right? This is going to take a long time to get it down to a not ridiculous level of spikiness. So the top of the head is all like a big bony crown as well. See at the back, like how much of a crown it is. So you've got like a collar, comes with the works. So we just do a couple of layers on each of these archons and come back and do a second spray. More precise, a little bit careful on the toes there, where it's where it's over the purple. Getting a good bit of work done today. Probably I'd like to get this entire lot batch finished this week. That'd be cool. Get it sent back. At least reviewed and collected. I'm going to do the same thing I was doing. Put this light brown or yellow brown on before we go to the pinks. The under it's all going to be like fleshy, like stretched pink. Not particularly vibrant, just it might have quite green. And if it does, that's kind of half the goal. So it's all good. These look like how characterful these archons are. I think they're a bit like a Marmite sculpt. I don't get why. I think they're like fantastic. I think they're full on, just look super cool. Get these. Nails. That's two. To dry. And yeah, what have we got left? So I think all of the virtues are very similar to the archons that got this. It's like either just set like a horns or crown horns. So let's get getting a little bit too thin for my liking. See, yeah, okay. There we go, a bit thicker, a bit nicer. Right, so we're going to start. We'll do the spell markers first. I've got 0 to do as well. So, 2 spell markers. Also, we've got there. Let me just move things around a little bit. They're like rib cages. They're protruding. So these are the arc nodes for Legion, where basically they run in and their caster just channels their power through these specific types of elves who just explode. So yeah, their chest bursts. Magical power is thrown through them and they die to get their master orchestrated spells delivered to the enemy. Which is pretty cool, can't lie. Like weird claw growths down the back. Beautifully grim in how these mods come together. Obviously, if you look in real close, there's like again the nodules and stuff that I was talking about. Where they've just got like little ridges and bumps. That is definitely not the domain of the workhorse brush. So yeah, that'll be a bit more precise. Down the line. The way he's got like bones sticking out of his shoulders now, but that can all be covered right here and now. This guy just got this big chunk on. Somehow, well, I say somehow. None of these models I built or like clean, so I'll do a little bit of cheeky cleaning on the way. Alright, come on Zuriel, come and show me what we got. What have we got? So this is one of my favourite sculpts that Doug's done, like Zuriel. It's just such a badass model. Most of this though is going to be armour. So obviously you've got things like his toes, his claws. You know what I mean when I say his toes, right? The pinky toes now. His vicious talons. He's got these spurs at the back of his you can't really see it on the other one because of where the cloth is. It's fine. We've got some carapace on the tail, on the top and the bottom of the tail. dun. These spines back. Flip it. Flip it. And reverse that. Almost broke into running at it. Is it worth it? Yeah. There's this big old backspan here. And then we've got the claws, and obviously a bit more careful on the claws here, because obviously there's a lot of different colours all together, and the bottom like a chin. Yeah, this is chin and his teeth really. So sorted, and then we've got back to this row of spines and a wing spines. Over. It's quite tricky to get into, but that'll do for now. He'll come back and we'll do a second pass over him, which we're going to do with Bethagor and the Archons. Try and get the underside of the bit tricky. I know there's like a lot of people like chop and choose whether they prefer to have models like in parts, like sub-assembly to paint. Some do, some don't. But yeah, definitely take a minute before you start gluing them all together and go, do I want to paint this in one go? On its ginormous spikes, wings, claws, etc. Going to be a pain in the ass. 3 to 1, do them afterwards. Yes. You found what you need to do, right? Back on Archon number 1. We're just going to finish these 2 Archons, I think, and then gonna set them the paint so I can do a bit of very exciting house stuff. No one wants to listen to my washing machine while I'm painting, I'm pretty sure. I think I might need to do a third coat on these archons just because the paint's come out a little bit thin. A little bit too much thinner as we've got towards the end. But it's okay. Not something that's terribly time consuming to do, as you can see. To go for now, and then what have we got? We just about to hit 2 hours, so I'm gonna be gentle on myself. I'll leave it be for now. Might do a cheeky bit of gold lab there. Gold lab with these massive wing spikes. Obviously, there's a massive great beak. It's going to be easily done in the same colours. So just puts it down now. It's got these huge, like really chunky wing spikes, really prominent like back spines. You can see. And a tail that's just made of death. It's kind of cool. Not the easiest to get to, but it is what it is. Yeah, as crazy killer vultures go up and nails it. And then obviously it's got this this section of carapace. Yeah, let's do the first pass. Not worry too much about it. We'll come back to him when we finish off the archons and go through the virtues. So yeah, gonna leave it for the afternoon. Not sure anyone wants to watch me cleaning my brush again, so I'll put it aside. I'll do that in a second. But yeah. So thanks for joining me. It's been cool. Yeah, I've been painting some Legion of Everblight for Warmachine Hordes by Privateer Press. If you like what I'm doing, then yeah, chuck me a follow or a sub or whatever. If you've got Amazon Prime, use your Prime subscription if you haven't got anything else to do. I'd appreciate it. One day it'll actually let me pay off anything and get some money out and buy a model. But yeah, super appreciate it. Stuff goes up on YouTube as well. We will be back on our weekly show probably next week with some cool new content. So love you. See you later. Bye.